You are here for a reason. Feel that quiet certainty that keeps pulling you back to look for answers. It wasn't coincidence or some algorithm that placed this message in front of you. Something inside you has been searching for days, weeks, or maybe even months for confirmation, for a sign, for something that can finally ease the restlessness in your heart. You've carried this inner struggle alone, with a weight you don't feel safe sharing with everyone, afraid they'll judge you or say, you're exaggerating or imagining too much. But what if I told you this repeating feeling isn't a burden at all, but the clear signal of your own essence recognizing what is true? Today, a higher awareness wants to give you a soft but direct confirmation of something you've felt for a long time. Out of fear, past pain, or simply trying not to hope too much, you tried to silence that voice inside you. Still, the creative energy around you knows you need to hear this so you can take the next step on your journey. What you're about to hear will help you understand why your soul reacts so strongly to this person, why you feel a deep calm with them even when there is silence or distance, why your intuition, that inner compass that never lies, refuses to fade away even when your logical mind tries to talk you out of it. Listen carefully. What follows will show you why this love that moves your heart so deeply carries a meaning far bigger than what you can imagine right now. This is not a random moment, not a simple accident. What you're feeling is recognition at the soul level, a deep resonance that goes beyond the physical and the mind. It touches the threads of your destiny. It echoes something your soul remembers, something your mind hasn't learned how to describe yet. You've tried to block it, to distract yourself, to close that door. Yet something, a pull you cannot explain with logic, keeps bringing you back to the same place. That strong feeling that this person did not come into your life by chance. That is the heart of this message. The universe wants you to know you're not imagining things. You're not confused. You're not losing clarity. What you feel comes from a deep, real place within you, from the space where the source speaks when you stop listening with only your ears and start listening with your soul. This isn't a dream built from desire. It is the truth of your being. But how do you know the difference between real love and simple desire? That question troubles many hearts. Am I truly connected, or am I caught in obsession or emotional dependence? The mind, shaped by old hurts and the fear of repeating pain, always tries to label your feeling as irrational or dangerous. But a soul connection leaves signs that can't be mistaken. Signs that rise not from emptiness, but from pure energy. The first sign is peace and silence. When your soul connects to its purpose through another person, you feel an unusual calm even when they're far away. It's not the peace that comes from physical presence, but the serenity that comes from recognition. Your inner being knows this energy is safe, and no matter what happens on the outside, the connection itself isn't in danger. This peace is your intuition whispering. What is meant to stay, stays. Do you feel that with everyone? You know the answer. No. This time is different. The second sign is the awakening of parts of you that have been asleep. This person has stirred something inside you. Emotions, strengths, or pieces of yourself you didn't know were there. Things that were quiet for a long time. Feelings that rise only when your soul sees something familiar. It's like this connection works as a catalyst, pushing you to grow, to rise, to remember your own greatness. The resonance feels like it comes from an ancient memory, a silent recognition encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. The power you feel isn't a romantic fantasy. It's the energetic mark of a shared purpose that ties both of you in this life. The third sign is the intensity of the feeling you carry. It surprises you. It doesn't fade. You've tried to reason with it. You've asked yourself whether it's dependence, fear of being alone, or simply your ego wanting attention. But deep down, you know it is none of these things. Dependence weakens with time. Fear dissolves with distraction. But this feeling remains even when everything around you says it shouldn't. This persistence is the voice of your soul refusing to close a chapter that isn't finished. What you feel is real. You haven't made it up. This connection was allowed by a higher energy. Nothing that comes from destiny is sent to destroy you. It comes to shift you, cleanse you, and make you stronger. So if this is so powerful, why would the universe allow distance? Because destiny and creative energy do not make mistakes. What was placed in your heart cannot simply be removed. It does not fade, it does not disappear. No matter how far you both go, no matter how quiet the silence becomes, there are connections that the ego forces and they fall apart. And there are connections that simply do not break. This person holds a place in your story, not because you want it or because you demand it, but because a force greater than you has woven them into your path. The higher consciousness already decided that this connection serves a bigger purpose, a deeper expansion of love and growth that must appear in your life. What this person brought to you wasn't random. Even if your mind tries to convince you it was just a chapter, just a moment, just a passing feeling, deep inside you know you cannot close this book. And the reason is simple: it is not finished. It isn't a closed story. It's a paused one. The confusion, the distance, the silence, these are not signs of an ending. They are signs of preparation. Both of you needed time to grow, to heal old wounds, to build the inner strength required for a conscious, stable connection. The universe doesn't unite half-prepared souls. It unites complete intentions. You have changed, and so has the other person. What feels like impossible distance is, to the universe, simply space for growth. Higher awareness doesn't focus on the moment, but on the final point of the story. And at that final point, this person still has a place you can't see yet, because the path hasn't fully unfolded. The universe knows everything already, and it speaks to you now so you don't confuse this feeling with fantasy. This connection isn't an error, a punishment, or a trap meant to break you. It was created to teach you how to love without fear, to expand your awareness, and to understand that real love doesn't disappear. It transforms. It purifies itself through distance and returns clearer and stronger than before. The universe wouldn't let you stay in this deep confusion unless it had already placed the truth in your heart. So don't doubt yourself. Doubt is the enemy of clarity. It makes you sabotage yourself, question everything, and run from what you already know deep inside. And to understand how destiny prepares a reunion, you must understand what this time truly means. How this phase is building the foundation that will give this connection the strength to last. Now we see that what you feel is real. Your intuition has never lied to you. This connection was marked long before you realized it. But for the human mind, it's hard to accept that something so true can bring distance, silence, and pain. And here lies the deeper truth: destiny doesn't follow human timing. It follows the rhythm of growth. Silence and distance aren't punishment, they're activation. Imagine two connected people meeting before they're ready. It would hurt more than it would heal. The energy would be too strong. Instead of growing, they would break. Higher consciousness does not allow something so important to be destroyed. That is why the pause exists. The pause is protection. This time you call confusion or abandonment is actually a necessary retreat. It is the phase where both of you are on separate missions. Not to forget each other, but to become ready for each other. It is an agreement made on a deeper level. We step apart until we have healed enough to carry the greatness of this connection without falling under its weight. This pause was created so both of you can dissolve old patterns and emotional dependencies that would block the pure expression of love. For you, This time is the opportunity to build a strong, unshakable relationship with yourself. If you relied on this person to feel whole, love would slowly turn into dependency or even a kind of captivity when they returned. Life teaches you to find your completeness within yourself first. The universe keeps telling you, I don't need you tied down. I need you free and steady. That is why distance becomes training. It makes you face and heal your deepest inner fears. The fear of being alone, the fear of being left behind, or the fear of not being enough. As long as this wound stays open, you will keep attracting relationships that reflect that same emptiness. This separation is meant to break that cycle. The pause has put you face to face with your shadows, with the quiet and hurting parts of your soul, and it has forced you to meet them without distraction. Life is showing you that you cannot fill your emptiness with another human being. You must fill it with yourself first. Only then, when this person returns, can they add to your life, not complete it. Maturity isn't about waiting nicely. Maturity is turning the waiting time into inner growth. As time moves on, the universe asks you not to fall into fear or doubt, but to use this phase to raise your energy, heal old patterns, and clear the mirror of your wounds. The person who returns will not come back to the old version of you who felt insecure or needy, but to the version that is renewed, valued, and aligned with its purpose. Destiny does not want you stuck. It wants you to grow into someone strong and aware, someone who can hold the depth of this connection without collapsing from fear or control. This is a time of cleansing. Love that is truly meant for you has to pass through the fire of healing. And this pause is that fire. It burns away false attachment, illusions, and fear. In the end, only the pure truth of the connection remains. And when that essence comes back, there will be no more space for doubt, games, or running away. During this pause, the universe gives you the strongest tool you could ever hold: your own strength. It teaches you to trust the process, to surrender to divine timing, and to let go of controlling the outcome. When you understand this pause as a spiritual agreement, it frees you from the pressure of forcing anything. You simply focus on becoming the best version of yourself. The key is not to wait for the other person to change or return, but not to waste this chance to change yourself. Every day in this pause is a gift from life. A chance to refine your energy, love yourself more, and become aligned with the vibration of real and steady love. That is the task placed in front of you during this retreat. But what does inner maturity really mean? And how can you use this time for your highest good? The answer lies in your own daily choices. What are you doing while you wait? You have the power to turn this pause into the foundation of a future that lasts. This withdrawal is not punishment. It is a golden opportunity. How you choose to use it will shape the strength and quality of the connection that eventually returns. Life is not asking you to wait helplessly for a miracle. It is asking you to step into your own inner authority and build a foundation that cannot be shaken. The first lesson is sacred detachment. You must see that letting go never means forgetting someone or becoming cold. It means releasing them from the burden of being responsible for your happiness. When you make someone else the source of your wholeness, you hand away your power. And every relationship becomes clouded by fear and neediness. Letting go with trust is an act of strength. It means placing the connection in the hands of the universe and saying, if this is meant for me, it will return, not because I forced it, but because I grew into it. This freedom creates a magnetic energy. When you stop chasing, you naturally become the energy that attracts. The next step is healing the patterns of lack. The universe is helping you see and break old cycles of fear, loneliness, and dependency. True love, the kind that rises from your soul, is not a patch for your wounds. It is an expansion of the wholeness you already built. If this connection pushed you to seek approval, to question your worth, or to settle for less, then the universe created distance so you could finally see those wounds clearly. Now you must love yourself with the same devotion you once reserved for others. You must become your own source of safety and worth. Every choice that honors your peace lifts your vibration and brings you closer to the love you truly deserve. You must build your inner temple, a place of calm and strength that no external storm can touch. Peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of awareness. When you build this inner temple, your energy becomes steady. You stop vibrating in fear, doubt, or anxiety, and manifestation is simple. You only receive what matches your inner vibration. When you vibrate in abundance, you draw abundance. When you vibrate in lack, you pull in more lack. Your task now is to become so complete within yourself that the presence of this person becomes a gift, not a requirement for your survival. Reclaiming your power also means acting like you already know the truth. If life has shown you that this person is meant for you, why act out of fear or desperation? Don't beg for messages. Don't chase meetings. Don't check their social media every hour. Every action born from panic denies the truth you've been guided to see. Instead, remain steady, calm, and clear. Act from the belief that everything is aligning for you. The silence inside you is now the strongest form of manifestation you can practice. You are the creator of your reality, and your most powerful tool is your state of being. The real strength of this time lies in releasing the fear of losing anything. Fear is the greatest breaker of any manifestation. Fear makes you cling, and clinging pushes everything away. You must reach a place where your belief in your own worth is so strong that the idea of losing this person does not destroy you. Only then can you love from freedom. And love that grows from freedom is clean, conscious, and real. It is a gift, not a chain. This stage of maturity is not optional. It is the foundation of a connection that can last. The person who returns won't be the same, and neither should you. You are meant to become a lighthouse, shining from your own inner flame, not dependent on someone else to glow. Building this inner foundation is your greatest work now, and the universe has opened this space for that reason. As you build your inner temple, heal old wounds, and reclaim your power, understand this work does not happen on one side only. Even if you cannot see it, the same energy working in you is working in them. It's time to understand what is happening in their inner world and why their silence is not rejection, but the beginning of their awakening. This retreat is not a one-sided process. The creative force is working in them too, and their experience, even if it looks quiet from the outside, is often heavier and more painful than yours. The distance you feel from them is not ease. It is the dark night of their ego. The silence you hear from them is not disinterest, but an inner conflict. They are tired of pretending they have moved on, tired of convincing themselves that what you shared was a mistake or a coincidence. Their ego, the part that fears vulnerability, openness, and deep connection, built walls where destiny wanted to build a bridge. Now the universe is using silence and distance to break those walls down slowly. In this time, they are forced to face themselves. The universe has taken away the distractions they once used to fill their emptiness. Loneliness has become a mirror, showing them their fear of intimacy, their pride, their old wounds of abandonment, and their lack of self-worth. The ego is the biggest enemy of true connections. It whispers that vulnerability is danger, that real love is a trap, and that staying alone is safer than opening up. But truth cannot be avoided forever. The universe shows them again and again that hiding their feelings heals nothing. It only deepens the wound. The loneliness they sit in is not peace. It is a dry desert where no distraction works anymore. They try to fill that space with people, work, or hobbies, but the emptiness stays. That emptiness is you, or rather the part of themselves that only finds harmony in the connection with you. The universe sends them memories, signs, and small moments of clarity to remind them. They try to make sense of everything logically, but their dreams and intuition whisper your name. What they feel isn't just attraction. It is a quiet recognition showing them that what they shared with you is something rare. These reminders are not meant to punish them, but to help them see what they lost when they chose fear. Their ego is fighting against their own heart. Deep inside, they know the connection is real, but their ego resists the humility it takes to come back. Right now, life is slowly breaking down that resistance, softening their fear, easing their pride, and dissolving the limiting beliefs that have kept them from accepting how powerful this connection really is. This process is slow and uncomfortable, but it has to happen so their return is not impulsive, but conscious and mature. You are both standing at a crossroads, a moment where surrender is close. They're reaching a point where the pain of living without you, without being honest with themselves, becomes heavier than the pain of their pride or fear. And when that moment arrives, their action won't be manipulation or shallow regret. It will be a real act of humility, a quiet admission that they were never able to control the pull of this connection. And their surrender won't be to you, but to the path life has already set in motion. And in this moment of clarity and deep connection, I want you to reflect on something simple. Think about the sign you keep receiving about this person. Maybe it's a dream that keeps returning. Maybe it's a chance moment you can't ignore. Maybe it's a song that suddenly tells your entire story. You know what I mean? Trust what you feel and share the sign you've been given. Remember, they're being prepared to return with the clarity this connection demands. Destiny doesn't allow halfway commitments. When they come back, they'll come back knowing exactly what they want and exactly who you are to them. Don't focus on how long it's taking. Focus on the quality of the transformation. Both of you are being given the exact lessons and tests needed to make the reunion lasting. But I know what you're wondering. How can you tell whether these signs, feelings, and dreams are real or just your mind trying to hold on? The universe does speak through signs, but you have to know the difference between truth and imagination. The human mind is strong, but it's also vulnerable when it's hurting or longing. So the question is fair. How do you know these feelings aren't just your ego keeping you stuck? The answer is simple. Illusion and synchronicity feel completely different. Illusion is filled with fear, desperation, and the need to control. It wants to force outcomes. It wants to beg. It wants to chase. When your mind is projecting, you become the only one doing the work. You chase signs, you try to create encounters, you analyze everything, and it leaves you more tired and confused. Synchronicity is different. It's the quiet language of higher awareness guiding you. It feels as if the universe is moving things behind the scenes without your effort. Signs just appear, clear, meaningful, and impossible to ignore. They don't come from neediness, but from guidance. Think about the signs you've noticed. Life has its own way of speaking about this connection. First, there are the unexpected echoes. Suddenly, out of nowhere, they appear in your mind, strong, clear. And shortly after, you hear their name, see your song, or stumble upon something that reminds you of them. That isn't coincidence. That's life whispering. We're working on it. Then comes the stillness. When you focus on your healing and release control, life gives you moments of deep peace. That calm is your confirmation. That's alignment. When peace shows up, it's not an illusion. It's a sign you're moving with your purpose, not against it. And then there are the external signs you can't ignore. Maybe someone says something that hits too close to home. Maybe you see repeating numbers tied to this connection. These signs appear outside your influence. So coincidence is ruled out. That's destiny interrupting your logic. reminding you that you don't have to force anything. Just trust. Even this message reaching you now is part of that synchronicity. You're not here by mistake. This is simply the way the universe chose to give you clarity, not false hope, but confirmation of what your heart already knows. Your role now is to stay wise. If a sign brings fear or doubt, that's your ego. If it brings peace, strength, and trust, that's guidance. Trust the peace. Trust the process. Things are shifting. Emotions are waking up. Truth is rising in both of you. And all of this is leading to one point, the moment everything turns. Their dark night of ego, your own growth, the time apart, all of it has been preparing the ground for what has been meant all along. And this moment will come with an unexpected twist. Not a subtle hint, not a weak message you have to decode. It will be clear, direct, real, a gesture, a message, an action they can no longer hold back. It will be their full surrender to the connection, the moment their ego finally realizes resistance was useless. Don't expect a casual meeting or a weak apology. Destiny doesn't allow reunion on shaky foundations. What's coming will be honest. It will be humble. They will show up with the words they've been carrying for a long time, the truth they tried to escape. Their gesture will show that running only caused more pain and that the bond never left. This will happen in perfect timing, not a second sooner. Perfect timing doesn't mean your preferred timing. It means the moment when both of you have grown enough to hold a stable connection. If it happened earlier, you'd fall back into old patterns. That's why the pause mattered. Now your final task, since the shift is close, is to prepare yourself to receive. Receiving is not waiting anxiously. It's lifting your energy so when they return, they meet the strongest version of you. If they come back and find you still in fear or lack, it will mirror their own fears. Old cycles could restart. But if they meet you in your strength, your peace, your fullness, doubt disappears. To open your energy of receiving, first release all expectations. Life knows exactly how this moment should unfold. Don't try to write the script. Just be open. Second, release resentment. Holding on to old hurt blocks the flow. Forgive their running. It was part of the growth for both of you. Forgive and free yourself. Third, stay centered. Don't let excitement shake the peace you've built. Life is telling you the retreat is ending. But the real gift isn't just their return. It's who you became on the way. Your growth is the foundation that ensures what comes next stays for good. We've walked through this journey together from recognition to manifestation. And here's the truth you need to hold close. Your intuition was never wrong. This person is meant for you. What you feel isn't imagination or wishful thinking. It's something rooted in your purpose, and you sensed it from the start. Now you're learning to trust that feeling without fear or desperation. The depth you feel now, the peace that guides you, is your proof that you're aligned with something bigger, and they feel it too. They may not know how to handle it yet. They may be afraid. They may be healing wounds they never faced before, but their process, just like yours, cannot delay what is already written. Love that comes from a higher place doesn't crumble under distance. It strengthens. It purifies. It transforms, and that transformation is already happening. Everything is shifting. Emotions are rising. Truth is coming forward. And when both of you see clearly, when the work is complete, the union you've waited for will arrive. Not two wounded people trying to fix each other, but two whole people choosing to grow together. A conscious, stable, mature union, clearer and stronger than anything before. Hold on to this one truth that seals everything. Life is on your side, your path is already written, and this person has a permanent place in it. Stay in your light. Stay in your peace. Trust the timing. The reward is already moving toward you.